In the last few months, we have witnessed the attempt to repealing Obamacare and replace this with the Affordable Care Act. Yet this too appears to have failed. In the studio today, we have Dr. Peter Lee as our guest, and our topic is this: is the Affordable Care Act affordable today? Dr. Lee, just to clarify, is your doctorate work in medicine or not?
Well, not really. A good question. My first degree is actually a Doctor of Theology, a PhD, and my second doctorate is a Doctor of Philosophy, a PhD. So my area is in liberal studies.
Yet you have considerable understanding of healthcare. Is that correct?
Yes, that certainly is correct. I've run a medical insurance brokerage for a little over 25 years and involved in international medicine, and the introduction of Obamacare basically killed expatriate medical insurance in America. And so, as a medical insurance broker, my brokerage in London, and secondly, I was the founder of Consolidated Health, Inc., a US healthcare corporation.
Could you explain further the aims of Consolidated?
Yes, Consolidated, I set that up in 1997 for a US corporation. Within 3 months, we had a full team. I had a medical doctor, Dr. Lewis Eric. He was fascinating. He took his board at Loma Linda and had US board, but he also had Canadian board. He practiced in Singapore and had Singapore board, as well as the National Health Service in England. And then he decided to take the Korean board in the Korean language. He was our medical officer, international medicine. We also had a financial director and an accountant, an English director, myself, and Bob Thorne was our dentist. So really what we're looking at was healthcare internationally, and we're looking at what I did do was pioneer medical tourism. For example, at the time for a coronary artery bypass graft, we were looking at, and you can't get the price for this at all. If you try, even a doctor cannot get a price of a tertiary care procedure. We thought it would be about $135,000 for a heart bypass. We were buying a heart bypass in Scotland for the top hospital at around about $30,000 all in, with flying, the spouse staying in the 5-star Grand Lux Bilbao Hotel, and so we were actually pioneering travel to have your procedure done.
I have here a newspaper report that we are living longer. Why we live 40 years longer today than we did in 1880? This is from the Atlantic Monthly. This is good, isn't it?
Well, yes it is if you don't read between the small print. And here, I'd have to quote Dr. Robert Lustig, who did his medicine in this area, and he has a book called The Hacking of the American Mind. And he questions this verb to live. And he says, no, it's a fallacy. We're not living longer, we're dying longer. This is important, because if you're living longer, you enjoy life. You're a Toastmaster, you're having a marvelous life, and you're staying out of hospital, staying out of the ER. If you're dying longer, then of course you are visiting ER, you're visiting the hospital. So how does this work out? I was involved with High Five for about 6 years with David Lynn, and David succumbed to cancer. And in his last 9 months, his bill for prolonged medical care was well over $10,000 a month. Now, where does that $10,000 come from? It comes from our pockets, the taxpayer. Something's wrong. We've got an inversion here, and people are living longer and enjoying more from the medical care and from Medicare and from Social Security.
So if Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act are not addressing the health needs of America, what is the answer?
Again, it's a very good question. Let's take a typical example. Surgeon General deemed that smoking is bad for your health. We don't smoke. It causes cancer. Yet, in a way, this is good. Because actuaries, and you know what an actuary is, it's really an accountant who found the life far too exciting. They fix the mortality rates. They figured that smoking is actually beneficial. Because, and again, come back to Robert Lustig on the The Hacking of the American Mind. What he said is that the Social Security is really like a giant Ponzi scheme. In other words, you put your money in, and if smoking kills you, the average actuaries actually said you would die at about the age of 64, which is 1 year before you draw your money out from Social Security. It's a marvelous system. You funnel it in and not take it at the other end of the pipeline. The problem is not so much the treatment of people when they get old or the treatment of people when they need health care, it's prevention in the first place. We should be looking at what causes illness. How can we prevent this? Because if we can do prevention, as we all say, prevention is far better than cure. So my answer is not to wait till people get ill, but to prevent illness in the first place. Good question.
Dr. Lee, on behalf of AM 1360 and its affiliates, thank you for being on our program today. This is Chris Hempelman with the Valley's leader of talk radio, AM 1360.
Thanks.